Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just wanted to make this video for anybody that's stalking my YouTube. Your opinions don't matter. Spider-Man's not a perfect movie. Whoever thinks Spider-Man's a perfect movie is delusional and doesn't know what Spider-Man's about, because Spider-Man would not get outsmarted in back-to-back movies like ever in the comics. That's not how he is. And whoever thinks that this movie is perfect that came out is just retarded, because the Spider-Man movie has issues just like the Batman has issues. And this is the Batman's first movie, and there's still issues with the Spider-Man movie when they've made the third movie, and I still think the movie sucked. If they didn't have Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I probably wouldn't have went and gone and see it. That is what saved that movie. Like, just how the story was dog shit. I didn't like how Aunt May died. I didn't like how Spider-Man said that Aunt May said with great responsibility. With great powers comes great responsibility. Like, get the fuck out of here. That would never happen. So, and the Batman movie is actually a great representation of if Batman was actually real, how he would be in Gotham. Spider-Man's just a made-up fucking universe, and Marvel's afraid to take chances, and this is why DC's gonna have better movies in this year and going onward, because they're not afraid to take chances. Marvel, they're a bunch of pussies, and they're afraid to make rated R movies and movies that are like the Batman. The reason that I think Batman won't make a lot of money is because, first of all, this isn't the third Batman movie. This is the first Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. So there's going to be a lot of people that don't go and see this movie because they remember him from Twilight. That's the last movie he's been in that's actually gone to, like, movie theaters. And the movie's dark. Why would fans and families that have kids be like, hey, let's go see this dark movie about Batman? Like, it's not gonna make a lot of money because it's a dark take on Batman. That is actually how he is in the comics. Whoever doesn't like this movie obviously doesn't like Batman or something, because this is how Batman is. Batman is a detective first, and then he's a crime fighter second. And this is Robert Pattinson's first movie. Cut him some slack. He doesn't have two other Batmans in the movie, like Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. Like, if that happened, that would be fucking insane. But, like, whoever thinks the movie's not close to Spider-Man is delusional and doesn't know comics, bruh. Because, honestly, there's a lot of people that don't think the Spider-Man movie was perfect. Even my brother, who is a Spider-Man diehard fan, he told me he liked the movie, but he had issues with it. Like, just how, like, he got outsmarted again in this movie and in the last movie. Like, how did you not learn? Like, the writing is just so shitty. Like, it's predictable, too. Like, when I saw him bringing him in the apartment, I was like, this is going south. And, like, everybody was probably like, oh, we're going to see what happens. I knew when he brought him in the apartment, I was like, bro, this Peter Parker's a fucking retard. But Batman's 9 out of 10, and whoever says it's, like, 8 or lower, or 9, or lower than 9, you're delusional. So, Spider-Man's not a perfect movie, and, like, the villains, like, goals in the movie are so retarded, like, but if you're delusional, you'll say that. But yeah, it just pisses me off when people that are stupid, that don't know jack shit about comics and just like the movies that come out, try to say, oh yeah, like, Spider-Man's the best superhero movie. Batman's not better. Like, it's fact. Like, bro, nobody gives a fuck what you gotta say. Especially if you some fat fuck. Especially if you some fat fuck, bruh. Nobody cares what your dumbass has to say, and especially if you don't got comics and you don't read the source material. Then you're a fucking retard and don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, like, some people just piss me off, bro. I hate people that just ride that wave of Marvel movies. Like, bro, y'all don't even know the source material, bro. How the Infinity War movie went, they all should have died, bro. That's really how it should have went. They all should have died, but Marvel doesn't have enough fucking balls to do that. And this is why I like DC better. I've liked DC better for the longest time because they have more interesting stories. Because when it comes to comics, Marvel is nowhere close to as good as DC. If you search on Marvel comics, bro, good luck finding some. Because there's really not a ton of them. You know why? Because nobody cares about their comics. Everybody loves their movies. That's all they love nowadays. And, like, I have Marvel and DC comics. It's not like I hate Marvel, but I just don't like the direction that the movies are going. Because if you're a real Marvel fan, right? I heard they're making a couple of rated R movies coming up, like maybe 4. Like, that's a good sign. I like that they're doing that. But, like, they're destroying the source material. You know how many good stories they can make into movies based off Spider-Man comics where Spider-Man's like bleeding, shit happens that's bad, people die. Like, that would be interesting. Like all the jokes they add too, it's so fucking cheesy, bruh. Like, why do y'all act like it's nothing? Like, in the Batman, there's no jokes because everything's serious. It's a serious, like, thing. Spider-Man acts like it's a fucking another day on the job. Like, bro, I know he's a little kid, but, like, you don't gotta be joking about this shit all the time. Especially this I feel like the next movie, this motherfucker's still gonna be joking in college, bruh. Like, it just makes me mad, bruh, but moral of the story is Batman's 9 out of 10, bro. And if you say otherwise, you really don't know shit about Batman, and you're just hating the hate. Because honestly, I don't hate the Spider-Man movie, but the Spider-Man is an 8 out of 5, and I'm not hating on it because I hate Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel hero, hands down, bro. I got like his original comics, like. I got other comics too, like him fighting Iron Fist. I guarantee a lot of people out there don't know who the fuck that is, but what's it called? I just want them to do it right. Like, I want them to do stories right. Like, in the next Spider-Man movie, I hope Kraven the Hunter's in it, and I hope it's like it's mature. Like, there's actually like blood and shit. I know in the last one there was a lot of blood, but why don't they try to make it rated R? Like, just try it. See what happens. Like, I guarantee, bro, they would make bread. There would still try to be kids going, bro. They'd probably go with their parents. Like, that would be a cool, like, that would interest me. I'd be like, I want to go see that. Like, but, yeah, Batman's good. Batman doesn't need to make a lot of bread. They're making another movie. They already announced it. They're making 2 shows for HBO Max. So just keep fucking hating. That's all I gotta say. Because Batman's going to keep winning, and he's going to keep getting his bread. Robert Pattinson's going nowhere, and the next phase of DC is going to fucking be much better than the last shit Marvel has made in a couple years. Because Eternals has sucked. The Loki show is boring as fuck. The Vision and the Scarlet Witch, that was a boring-ass show. What else? Like, there's a lot. They have been fumbling the ball recently, and, like, if anybody denies that, then you're just a fanboy Marvel fan. But I like both, so I just keep it real. I'm not a hater. But there'll just be people out there because they don't want DC to do better because they know at the end of the day DC makes better source material and into movies, and Marvel doesn't know how to do it, and they still are trying to figure it out. And you want to know something? If you're a Marvel fan, right? There is a lot of ideas Marvel stole from DC. If you actually do your research, like, I'm not even going to start naming them, But if y'all want to really know, y'all can go research it. Marvel took a lot of ideas from DC when they already made their people. Like, for example, The Flash and Quicksilver. Who was made first? Flash was made first. So it's pretty much a copy off of The Flash. Like, Darkseid was made first, and then they copied and said, let's make a dude named Thanos who needs a fucking gauntlet to become a god. When Darkseid's already a god. Like, Darkseid would fucking murder Thanos. But that's another story. I'm not even going to get into that. The moral of the story is Batman is a 9 out of 10. Spider-Man's an 8.5 out of 10. And hopefully in the near future, Spider-Man switches up the game and they start getting more mature with him since he's going to be in college. And they start taking out the fucking jokes. Because nobody needs comedy in superhero movies. It's retarded. But to all the delusional people out there that gave Batman an 8.5, just stop being a hater. Stop being a hater and just admire good film. That's all I'm going to give you. That's the only advice I'm going to give you. I don't hate Spider-Man. I gave Spider-Man an 8.5, and I have actual reasons why it has problems. And whoever says the problems don't make any sense, obviously you're a fucking retard if you think that, because the problems do make sense. Because in the last movie he got like tricked, and then in this one he gets tricked again, and like I just don't like it. And I don't like that his origins pretty much like defined in this one. Like, why did it take him 3 movies? Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, they didn't even go through the origin for Batman because it's been told so many times. It's like, bruh. But whoever thinks it's an 8.5, bruh, you're just delusional. Just stop going to see Batman films because you don't know jack shit about Batman if that's the rating you're giving it. Because to anybody that likes Batman, this is like the Batman film they've been waiting for. So, that's all I'm going to say. Alright, deuces.